Okay, well, we're going to need our sunglasses now, Ginger. What have you done with your hair? Okay, don't go there. Don't go there.
I know I need a haircut. That's enough from you, Baldy, so that's done. Hey, look, welcome to the Great Southern Football League and Netball Association Football and Netball Fanatics. And we are very fortunate to have as our special guest, Kelly White, who coached the league team and coordinated so much along with, was it Sharon Gould?
Sharon Gould did
the country championships at Netball were played last weekend. Before we get to association footy, which was terrific at Christie's Beach, congratulations to you. I know you floundered at the final hurdle. But, gee, you had a great championship, really, if you look at it as a whole.
Yeah, look, we did. We went through the first 2 days undefeated in our league, girls. Exceptional netball. If you ask just about anyone from any association, they would definitely say that we were the benchmark. The girls were absolutely brilliant all weekend, all 10 of them. It's very rare that you actually have a team where you can rotate people at a senior level, fairly, give even court time, but we were able to achieve that on the weekend. Just, absolute skill and class in all the minor games, until, of course, the semi. The word choke has been thrown around a bit.
Shush.
It's pretty hard one to swallow. No, we lost to KNT by one lousy goal. After defeating them by 18 that morning. They did hold a goalkeeper from us who come on in the final and caused us a few headaches. And I guess going through winning by all games by about 20 goals, it come back to bite us a bit in the end. We bit of pressure on us and it took us a while to adjust. So pretty disappointing to have bombed out by one goal. KNT went on to absolutely kill the grand final as well. So pretty bittersweet. I know the girls were super disappointed, but I guess the best thing, they were a pretty young bunch. I think our oldest player was about 26 years age. Beautiful. We had 17, 19, 20-year-olds in our team, and I think the moment we lost, there was a fire lit in their belly, and I know they're already pumped for next year as well. So really good. Really proud of them. They did well.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's great, Kelly. And I think it's terrific that we had the Great Southern Netball Association represented at the pinnacle of country netball. And congratulations.
What about throw out a few names for the
we had some team of the carnival. We had some reps.
So at the end of every game, coaches come together to pick sort of a best on court, and those names come together for a team of the championship. That team then goes on to play in the State League Cup in February, March against all the State League teams down the pre-season cup, they call it. We were very fortunate, being a very dominant team all week, and we actually had 4 of our players make that top 12, which is absolutely outstanding, far more than any other association. So, we had Amy Bull from Wollonga. I think everyone knows how absolutely. Yeah, she's good at everything, Amy. She was absolutely phenomenal all weekend. Yes, everyone, the whole bloody family. They're all very talented.
No swearing on this
Sorry. Very talented. She was in goal shooter, goal attack for the weekend and was absolutely outstanding. We had Tennille Gray from McLaren Vale. She's new to our competition. Absolute superstar. She was just phenomenal all weekend. We had Annabelle Brooks from Victor Harbour, again, new to our association from Mid-South East. A brilliant defender centre who kept us in a lot of games, a lot of those close, tighter moments. Special mention to Victoria Moulds, who again is a new player here at Victor Harbour. Absolute superstar. She was only 20 years old and she played some brilliant netball. I know the team was really proud of her to step up and also make the team of the year as well. So it was really good.
Well, that's terrific, Kelly, but I think a special mention, like we did field 17s, 15s, 13s, but I want to mention the under 11s.
Yes.
They went through undefeated.
They did. They were our little superstars.
They are, aren't they? Yeah. So we're at the Great Southern Netball Association, a great breeding ground of some fantastic netballers coming through. Yeah. So that must have been making everyone happy. And the 15s, how'd they go?
Yep, so both our 15s and our 13s were really successful. They had some great games in the minor rounds. Coming into the finals, I think the 15s, I think they both won their first final. And then unfortunately missed out going down in the semis. So both of those teams actually finished 3rd out of about 24 country associations in South Australia, so it's pretty awesome. And the 11s went undefeated, absolute superstars.
And the 17s came 5th, was it?
Yeah, look, 17s were actually undefeated as well in the minor rounds. A little bit of luck at the draw. Unfortunately, they come up against Riverland in their first final, who are a pretty classy unit. Our 17s have got some brilliant players. Stella Hall, definitely needs a mention. In her last year of junior rep, she was just phenomenal all weekend, as was Zali Reid in goals from Wollonga. So shout out to that team. It was disappointing. The fact that they finished 5th certainly doesn't represent how well they went all carnival. They were brilliant.
Well, just to show the athleticism of Zali Reid and Stella Hall,
Yeah.
they figure prominently in this week's edition
do.
of Fluorio Sun, taking some magnificent catches with the netball. They looked absolutely terrific. Next week's Fluorio Sun, there will be more photos on the Great Southern performance over the Rep Carnival. So, stick with it and keep looking for your Fluorio Sun for all your sport coverage.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in. Good
That's
luck
all right.
with now you get back to regular netball.
Yep.
Good old league netball with Victor Harbour.
Yep.
And just hope you can sort of start to make your charge now for the finals.
Yeah.
Because that's what we expect with Victor Harbour, and that's the
No
pressure.
pressure.
that you
No
got.
pressure. Nah, look, the season's heating up for netball, so I think everyone's pretty keen for the second half of the year to take off this week for sure.
Yeah, and obviously right now McLaren Vale and Malunga are looking the red hot favourites.
Absolutely.
To sort of
Yeah.
certainly being around the top 2.
Yep, absolutely. They're pretty hard to beat at the moment. McLaren Vale girls are a very classy unit. Jane Cremis has got them training very hard. And Wollonga, you can't go past them. They have been the same core group of girls for a number of years now, and they're looking for redemption after last year's loss, and yeah, they'll come back firing this year for sure.
There'll be a few Hanks in that side.
Few Hanks, few very talented Hanks through the centre. Yep, they're very hard to beat.
And what about Morgan Hill, Morgie?
Morgie Hill is absolutely the best wing attack in the
You wouldn't
competition.
believe it, but Morgan Hill's my boss.
Bad luck, Morgs. Bad luck, mate.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Kelly. Is it Kelly Bright or Kelly what?
Kelly White.
Oh no,
Yeah.
with his new lights.
I'll tell you what, it's
we're going to
No,
have to
between the shine off your head and the shine off the light, I'm getting a bit blind. But no, we're doing all right.
Well, thanks for coming
Thanks
in,
for
Kelly.
coming.
No worries,
To give us
mate.
that netball's perspective,
Yeah.
it's brilliant, and we wish you all the best.
add a little bit of class this whole show.
Well, someone's got to.
Actually, I'm in absolute shock because you actually talk some sense in netball because you don't talk any sense at all in football.
Oh, okay.
So you actually contributed to that conversation when before I was going
I'm
to
going
ban
to start the Netball Fanatics.
Look out.
Look out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Morgan.
Here he comes.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, here we go. Griff, this is what your forte. Like, how good was last weekend at Christie's Beach, Bice Oval? We saw the 15s, we saw 17s girls, we saw 17.5 boys, we saw open women, we saw the open men. What was your highlight?
My highlight was watching Gianni Petrucci run water before his game of footy. That's the type of guy Gianni is. He put together a side of young kids that wanted to play. Now we've got to take everything back, Michael, and forget about finding these
2
blokes.
games.
Let them go.
Right.
Let the young kids that want to play put their hand up and have a game.
And how good did they go? We might as well go straight to the
Well,
open
hold on,
men.
I'm still on Gianni Petrucci.
Well, Gianni coached the A grade.
And I just want to say something about Gianni. Well done running the water race. Pick all those little things up. And also to your daughter, the only girl from the great southern area, the Fluorio. She's in the under-12 state football side, Michael.
Oh, well, that's football. Well done. Okay, well, let's talk about Gianni then, and let's talk about that team. But if you want to talk about the people behind the scenes that do so much, there was our good mates McCurra from McLaren running water. We had Amy and Meredith all being the best trainers in the world. So that was tremendous.
No spoons though.
But hell about the first quarter by Great Southern. Sam Basham, 3 goals. He must have thought, how easy is this?
What a great effort by Sam Basham to come and put his hand up, at the last minute. And he ended up with the lazy 5, didn't he?
Yeah, it should have been 7.
Yeah, it should have been 7. He probably would have been walking away with a medal. Yeah, Cam Hutchins medal.
Cam Hutchins, I thought Tyson Davis-Neal put in a
Footy was and
Blackie was terrific. Troy Blackwell on his wing. You had Callum Tonkin, Matt Dominish, who was tremendous. Like there were so many that
I saw Mitten run the length of the field. He didn't run it; he sprinted the length of the field. And I thought, well, he's got a big motor.
Luke,
back to South.
It was good, and I love the improvement of what they're doing at Wollonga with the Scott boys.
Yeah.
They held down key defensive positions and played a terrific game. There was not a passenger in that team. And congratulations to Gianni and everyone involved with the association men's team because they did a terrific job.
We weren't so good in under 15s.
Well, let's stick with the winners, John. And that's what we've got here. We've got the 17 girls and we've got the open women. They did it again. They flew the Great Southern Flag.
Yeah.
And, it's really girl power, and congratulations to them and the coaches, Wade Phillips, Todd Steele, to bring home the trophies
The
again.
Open girls, Catrice Turner, again, she'll be playing state.
She single-handedly dragged them up over the line.
Yeah, well, it was just her conditions as well. That little bit in the mud, and she likes to get down and get dirty, and she was fantastic. Rachel in the ruck. First time she's actually come across a girl that's a lot bigger than her. And she had some fierce competition. Kalani Bates from Galway, when they moved her, she was on the wing for a while, but she's much better. She works so well with Rachel, was much better around the ball. And, we had quite a few other contributors from Wollonga, and it was a great day.
It was a great day. And then, of course, you go to the under-17 girls. And just how good were they? They
some of those 14-year-olds, and 15-year-olds, they've got three more years in it if they stay there. Who knows what could happen with them? They, some great, that Bella Rigby, and I've just lost the name.
Well, Alyssa Brooke was terrific.
Alyssa Brooke, she's a star for me.
Yeah. I don't think they'll be in the Great Southern GSFLW for very long.
No.
Josiah Wright.
Yeah.
Josiah Wright.
Yeah, okay.
She was medalist.
That's our producer talking, and we
Yeah,
can't hear him.
I can't hear him.
No.
His lights are so bright, we're going to bring some.
Yeah, I'm going deaf.
Yeah.
But let's get to this round. We're getting back to reality with our sport, and we couldn't start the round any better than 1v2. McLaren versus my Ponga Selix, Griff.
McLaren versus my Ponga Selix. Yet in the program, that's game 2.
Well, does it matter?
Well, no, you always tell me, write them down as they appear in the budget.
No, it's match of the day. We're going straight to the match of the day.
Oh.
Match of the day is...
What's wrong with Wollonga versus Mount Cumbers?
That is not match of the day.
Okay.
1v2.
McLaren versus my Ponga Selix. Plenty of blokes from McLaren put their hand up to play footy. Spency, I reckon, was the only one from...
How good was Spency? I saw him at the petrol barrel today. He said he was a bit sore, not used to defence. So he started, when they were about 5 goal up, you know what he says? Oh, I'm going to sneak down and see if I can get a quick goal, an easy goal.
And that's what I love, attack.
Something
that North Melbourne can't do.
So well done, Jay. Congratulations.
So my Ponga, coming off a good win over Strath, they didn't have anybody, Spincy's the only one that played, so all their blokes should be cheering.
Should be fresh. But McLaren are going to be match hard with those boys that put in on the weekend.
Brett Ellis, Muffy, I love his work in the middle.
He's a terrific leader and he's a role model for all to follow.
Yep.
We already touched on Luke Mitten, how good he is. Alex Moyle was tremendous at ground level. These are the boys that are, went very well in the association game, and they're going to be ready. They're going to be really have enjoyed the hard hit out. And,
McLaren at McLaren versus my Ponga. Your tip, please, Michael. We've got to get through this.
Right, well, I'm going to go for McLaren.
I'm going to go for McLaren at home, because of the same reason. The boys all put their hand up.
Yes, I'm going for them for a week anyway.
Now,
go back to normal.
Sorry, Mitchie from my Ponga Selix, but that's the way we're going. Now, can we jump back to Wollonga versus Mount Compass?
You're running the show.
Yeah, well, Mount Compass, they should be fresh.
They should be very fresh.
Do they have
well, the big good thing about them at the moment, like Ziggy and Tommy Pinion, they're back kicking goals. That's what they're good at. Yeah. And that sort of straightens up their
And I don't mind those guys not playing. They've put their hand up for association football for many years, Pinion in particular. So that's I don't have a drama with that.
And I like the Compass's hard ball winners like Brenson's and Simons. And then you've got Brad McKenzie, who we sung the praises for on so many occasions in the back half. He leads that back half. So,
but Wollonga, they just keep producing.
They do. I hate to think what Wollonga are going to be like if they start to get a full list, which might be it's a little bit away. They just keep in touch with that top 3, and they're going to be dangerous come final series. But we already talked about Darcy and Lockie Scott. They're fantastic in defence.
And Hossey, for me, normally is in that side, and then he's played a country footy as well, but he wasn't there, so he's going to be fresh. So, it all depends what the injury. We don't know the injuries.
No, we don't.
What people have got to understand when they watch this show, we don't know the injuries.
But Juckers, Altus, you'd think they're going to have a fair bit, and Meagles are having a really good season, and of course you've got Hutchins, who's fresh from
the medal.
Association best on ground. So who's your tip?
My tip is Wollonga, and Wollonga well at home on the slopes of Wollonga.
I think I'll go for Wollonga too with you, John, which is a bit of a worry that I agree with you. Next one, mate.
And Encounter Bay versus Encounter Bay home at last. Their oval should be okay. They haven't been home for about a month, so they had a few boys in, and it was good to see their 4 in. Nick Marshall. And,
Nick Marshall.
Yeah,
very good. Marcus Lippert.
Marcus Lippert.
Yeah.
Lockie Williams.
Lockie, how good was Lockie?
Williams.
He is strong, filled out well.
See, this is what I say to these young guys. Get down to South do a year. It doesn't matter if you don't make it. You know, he comes back and he looks like a giant.
Yeah.
And he'd be pumping some iron.
They've got Fife, they've got Gamble,
Yeah.
and of course Callum Tonkin, best ruckman in the association. And I still like watching Hamish Tonkin defend. His rebound is tremendous.
Straight from the Rat, down at Encounter Bay.
Oh, don't tell me he's out.
Marcus Lippert is out. He's got an exam.
Oh.
You heard it here. Another one. Pettit, a friend of the Rat,
What?
out.
Oh.
He's going on a holiday.
Is he?
Oh, he's had COVID.
That would make
was all
the
planned.
coach pretty happy.
No,
But
no,
anyway,
it was sort of all planned beforehand, so let's forget that. Yank Lillis, say something about Yank.
Well, we've said it before with Joel Kay, Sam Crawford. It's the same names.
Fitzgerald.
Moore, Jack Fitzgerald played. He had a very good association game as well. Aidan Duke.
Yeah.
They've got the boys there. Oakley Major, Abbott. But it's certainly they just fall away too quickly.
Yep.
The Tigers and Encounter Bay will have a big win at home.
Counter Bay at home for me as well.
Come on, Griffo.
Righty, Gould Port Elliot versus Strath. And I see Gould Port Elliot are changing football direction.
Are they?
Or,
What are they doing?
oh, you'll have to speak to Ryan Bridges for developing a football department.
Are they?
Yes,
Oh,
that's
okay.
exciting. No.
Wonder who's in that.
No, Gould Port Elliot versus Strath actually. I think Strath will win this, and you can reel off your Strath boys that you
Well,
like. Hey, how many do they have in the association side?
I don't know.
Is it a flicker silver through there, or
You stop it. Okay.
yeah, okay.
I don't know how many they had in it, but it's not the point because if we're going to start
Well,
throwing
they had
barbs,
zero.
well, you can't throw barbs at one club. You got to throw it at all.
Oh, no,
So-
I just asked a question.
Yeah, well, it would have been good. Look, we
They
said
always contribute.
they do.
We have association footy over
I'd
there.
love to see Adam Clark play association. I'd love to see Jacob Wright play association.
Yeah.
I would love to see a number of those boys up there. Cooper Machin to play association.
Yeah, yeah.
They've all got the ability to do it. Whether they were nominated, whether they weren't, I don't know.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is Strath have got the talent to and win this game and win it convincingly. The Magpies, they know they're in for a lean year, but it's the same. You know, Daniel Fry just keeps working
Yeah,
for the
the Friday
club.
been away, all had a holiday together, so they should be nice and fresh.
Yeah.
What about Pierce, young Piercy?
Harry,
Harry.
we
Well,
like
would he
Harry.
have been good enough to play in one of those association sides?
Well, you'd think we should have made the under-17s and what we saw on that game.
Yeah, well,
I tell you what, like you said, we've got a lot of work to do with the under-17s and under-15s. They birthed that up to scratch,
Yeah.
and it's happened a couple of years in a row now, and we've got a lot of work to do with that one.
Yeah.
But that's getting away from this moment. Gould Port Elliot will not be good enough to beat Strathaven.
no way, no way.
Right.
At home, and it's their night of their ball, I
Okay.
believe.
Right.
Langon Creek, the Field of Dreams
Whoop.
versus Victor Harbour.
Now, this is one of the big games of the weekend on the fact of the Hawks have got momentum, and Victor has sort of just dropped off the last couple of weeks, and both sides are vying for that fifth spot, which is sitting there looking
Yeah.
at 4 clubs to try and win. So the Creek win this one. I think Victor Harbour are going to find it very, very hard to grab that 5th position. That's how much it's in. Although we've still got 9 rounds to go, this is going to be huge, this game.
Yeah.
And but I just like the way Hillier,
It was 10 goals
Hal,
earlier.
those boys are just starting to motor along. Curtis,
Kane,
Harry,
Dominish,
Yeah.
he was exciting as well on Saturday.
yeah,
The association.
and Troy Blackwell.
Yeah.
You know, if Crossy's going to win this game, he's got to make sure he mans up Blackwell on a wing,
Yeah.
and can't let him just own that wing at Langhorne Creek. But Sam Basham, he's going to be flying.
And Jesse McKinnon
Jesse-
loved the
oh,
Mardy.
How good was McKinnon?
Well, he's a tackling machine, and you wouldn't want to get near him.
Those Southern boys thought, what are we hitting here in those backs? He made it easy for the runners.
Yeah.
The way he hit him. And Jackson Elm should be fresh to play at centre forward.
Well, he
Very
should
good.
be fresh. Yes, he should be fresh.
Well, Ben Armand, I would assume would be at centre back, and that would be a very good duel to watch.
Yeah.
So, look, this is a good
I
game.
like the speed of Vinny and the Barillo. You know, I don't know how many Barillos are playing this weekend, Michael.
Well, there definitely will be Lockie Barillo, and he's certainly worth watching. Don't worry about that. But I'm going to go for Victor Harbour to get this one because there's too much on the line for it.
I'm suggesting, Michael, you've
Yes,
forgotten about the Field of Dreams over there at Langon Creek. They don't lose at the Field of Dreams. I'm sorry.
Well, they had a lean trot this year, but I know that right now confidence is sky high at Murray Road,
Yeah.
and I
did speak to the coach on Friday, so
Right.
that's last Friday.
right. And what did Curtis have to say to you?
Curtis said, "I'm liking coaching again, Griff." They lost to Victor Harbour out here. This is where we are, beautiful Victor Harbour. This is in the coaches area. How good is this? And so I think they'll pay back Victor. Victor will not be getting a 6-goal starter.
No, I don't think so. All right.
Now,
yep.
Simo.
Well, that's a wrap.
No, this is a wrap. This is about the women. About the women. They're the women's trophies, aren't they?
Yeah, well, we spoke about them.
Yeah, but hold on. They're playing. Their season hasn't stopped.
Okay.
They continue. Saturday, McLaren versus Mount Compass Bulldogs in a 5 o'clock a night game. And
now these night games have been a huge success.
Yeah, they have. I reckon they're a big draw. Sunday, Victor Roos versus Yank Tigers at Strath at 10:40, and then on Sunday, Strath versus Goolwa Port Elliot, and that'll be a great game at 2:10. And I'm a big G for Kai Angus that didn't make the association side. Not sure, but she's a gun, and I'm looking forward to how she recovers from that. And Wollonga have the bye. Okay, so that's the women. Is that enough?
That's enough. I think our show's gone well over the limit. I hope you're still with us.
Yeah.
I know John tends to send a lot of people to sleep. Get your copy of the Furrow Sun with Elvis on the front.
Yep.
And we look forward to seeing you at the football.
Cheers.